This movie is about those remarkable girls who save the whole world with their melodious voices. This story starts with ancient times when demons roamed freely in villages and towns, stole their souls of people to feed the soul's power to their master named Gimma. Then one day 3 magical warriors come to save us. They have the most melodious and powerful voice. The voice was so pure that it could overpower the demons which they used to protect us from demons. The hunters sing songs with bravery and passion which connect everyone's hearts to gather their energy to save the world from demons. From everyone's power they created a magical barrier glass called Harmon to protect the world. Each generation, 3 new warrior singers are chosen to reactivate this shield. After narrating the story of the ancestors, Celine, the lead warrior of the previous generation, now tells her 3 disciples, Mira, Roomie and Zoe. Then sense shifted to the girl's name Roomie, which voice is full of medley. Mira, who is a professional choreographer, and Zoe loves to rapping and write songs, was ready to save the world with their voices. They were going to the stadium by private jet for their performance. Sudden their agent called them and asked where the concert was going to start. Still you haven't reached yet. The girls look out the window and see that the plane has already flown past the stadium. Then they all realize that the flight attendants are all the demons. All the attendants transform into their demon forms and scream, "I'll kill all your fans." Hearing this, the girls become enraged. In anger, the trio activate their outfits. She does so and sets out to attack her opponents. Singing begins. She defeats the demons with her thermos and her hand moon weapon. They shoot them down, but some monsters escape and steal parts of the plane. The trio finishes the noodles and without delay heads straight off the plane. She leaps toward the stadium, landing with a thud on the stage. Now that she's reached her concert, the singer jumps onto the stage to eliminate any monsters that survive the fall. After the demon threat is neutralized later, the hunters group puts on a show for all their fans and they are very excited when they see Golden, a part of the Harmoon, for the first time. It seems to be happening. The concert is a grand success. At the end of the show, the great magical shield is finally ready and spreads throughout the region. Meanwhile, one demon runs to their master Gimma to save his life from the hunter and tells her about his failure. Gimma became so angry and said, "I know that you are going to fail," and then burned the demon with demonic fire. Gimma says that he has failed his monsters miserably time and again. He's tired of seeing it happen. Meanwhile, a new character enters. Gina, a handsome, mysterious demon boy playing the instrument, appears before him, accompanied by his demonic tiger. When asked why he is doing all this, Gina explains that he has a new idea for facing the warriors and says this time they will have a greater chance of winning. Gina says there's only one way to reduce the moon's energy. We should create a fake K-pop group to distract people. This will reduce the trio's fan base and make people fans of our fake K-pop group, weakening the hand moon energy. After hearing that Gimma say, "In 40,000 years you never done any work without returns, tell me, why are you ready to tell me what actually you want in return?" Then Gina told him that, "I want you to remove all my old memories after your work is done." Gimma starts laughing and accepts the deal. Then the scene shifts to the trio girls who have finished their performance and went backstage where Bobby was waiting for them. After drinking water they went back to their building. The next day Zoe and Mira grab a bunch of treats from the kitchen and head to the sofa to relax for a while. Suddenly Roomie appeared from behind the sofa wearing their new album outfit with full excitement. They both were in panic after watching Roomie in excitement and in a new outfit. Just then Bobby arrived. Bobby reveals that the album has gone viral. He says the whole world is still listening to their new album and that they're tired of it. Despite this, the girls felt excited and decided to continue their work without taking leave. While enjoying their fame and the new album song promotion, they decide to hold a huge concert. They thought this was the right time to create the final magical barrier. She gives an interview in the studio and reveals that her next concert is in a few minutes, where she will perform her new song. The song will be broadcast to all fans. While preparing for recording, Roomie went to her dressing room. Roomie began to observe the demonic marks on her hands. Trying not to think too much about them, she put on her outfit again and went back to the studio to record a new song with her friends. Then, in the live studio, Roomie's voice suddenly stops during the recording. She tries again and again, but her singing fails. On the other hand, Zoe and Mira were too much worried about Roomie because of her voice. When they both try to ask Roomie what's happening, Roomie tells everyone to take a 5-minute break, and then run to the dressing room and start observing marks on her body. The infernal marks have reappeared. These marks were compromising her voice. Roomie becomes alarmed at the sight of the marks. In panic, she runs through the city to get away from everyone. While running, she remembers the conversation that he had done this with Silene in the past. Silene had told him in the past that Roomie was half demon, half warrior. This is the point where it's revealed. Roomie is the daughter of a powerful demon who was romantically involved with her mother, who was a legendary magical warrior. Despite knowing this, Roomie was always taught to keep her secrets hidden from everyone, and she kept them from her best friends as well. She did the same. After running around the city for a few minutes, she went up to a tall building and screamed, and her scream sent a shockwave. After some time, she went back to his apartment where Zoe and Mira were waiting anxiously for Roomie. She meets them and tells them that her voice is getting weak. Zoe tries to comfort her, saying that he has the tools to help her through this. She has an idea to solve the situation. The next day, Zoe and Mira comfort him. Zoe takes him to Dr. Han, where he gets a throat tonic. On the way, they spot a new handsome boy group. Soon after, Roomie collides with one of them, causing her to fall to the ground. But instead of helping her, the young man turns to his. The path continues. Irritated by his attitude, Joey and Mira help their friend up and leave. They get ready. Just then, the trio hears a song, and as they head toward the source, they see a new handsome boy group called Saja Boys singing among the crowd and playing magical tricks during their small performance. Trio realize that they aren't human, there are demons. When they discover that their fans are in danger again, the members of the Hunters group prepare to fight their new rivals and arrive at the venue to launch a surprise attack. She sneaks in where they're performing. The trio confronted them, but they were already prepared. They call the girls on stage and slide them down as drop. Despite their anger, the girls try to prevent their fans from realizing that something's wrong. After the show, the girls catch them in the bathroom. They enter the venue with their weapons, and before she can attack, Gina opens dozens of portals. The portals open. Aquatic demons emerge. Then the huntresses pursue the Crutchers, and Roomie runs after the group, managing to corner Gina. Meanwhile, Zoe and Mira fight together to eliminate the demons. Roomie finds Gina. An intense fight ensues. It happens. Gina easily dodges Roomie's attacks and avoids them. Then Gina notices the demon marks on Roomie's hand. They appear, leaving him confused as to how a huntress could possibly have demon marks on her hand. Just then a wall collapses. She breaks down. Roomie sees that her friends have surrounded her. Roomie fears that her secret will now be revealed. Gina comes and comforts her. He protects her and covers her costume to hide her marks. Now that her marks are protected again, Roomie reunites with her friends and destroys the demons in mere seconds. But one demon escapes who steals an old man's soul. Back at their apartment, the girls explore the city and realize it turns out Harmoon is losing steam. Just then, Bobby arrives and explains that the Saja boys have become a sensation on the internet. They are becoming more and more popular than hunters. Roomie says they have to make a new hit song, and the girls are excited to banish those demons once and for all. Roomie goes to her bedroom balcony where she sees a sinister bird that leads her to Gina's demonic tiger, who gives him a secret invitation. This invitation is from the leader of the Saja boys, who is asking him to meet that night. Tiger teleports away a short while later, but despite her hesitation, Roomie accepts the invitation and begins to live. Arriving at the scene, Roomie attempts to launch a surprise attack on Gina, but discovers that it was just a mannequin. Then, when she sees the leader of the rival group, she attacks him again. He tries to calm her down, saying he just came to talk. He explains that Gemma is the source of everything that has happened in his life. He reveals that he too was once a victim of Gemma. Gina reveals that once he had a younger sister and a mother, they were living in poverty. On that time he only had a single music instrument. He starts earning while playing instruments but can't make enough for their family. Just to end poverty, he sold his soul to the demon lord. Just because of this, he lost his family. He says he feels what Roomie is feeling and asks her if she has shared her feelings with him. How did you get your marks? But Roomie denies it and tries to attack him. But the young man teleports away. This frustrates her. As time passes, the girls continue composing their new song, and during the production, she sets out to hunt the demons that have arisen from the honeymoon's decline. Also, the demonic tiger is Roomie, continues to harass them. A few days later, the girls are preparing for an autograph session for their fans. Suddenly, the Saja boys arrive, and to avoid dividing the audience, Roomie suggests they all sit together. The result, singers immediately sign everyone's belongings. This has led to fans theorizing that perhaps there is a union between the two groups, and the girls are in romantic relationships with members of the shared boys group. While writing lyrics for a song in his room, Roomie is surprised by Mira. With great difficulty, he manages to defeat the demonic tiger. She manages to hide the man who is now stalking her daily. After meeting Gina, Roomie tells her that she has murdered her mother. They have found a way to free him from his grip. Roomie also reveals that after the Golden Hammer generation, the Demon Lord's human will have no impact on the world. Roomie asks Gina for help in regaining the Hunters group's fame. She explains that if they build a strong connection with their fans, they will be able to create a barrier powerful enough to ward off Gimma forever. Meanwhile, they are surprised by a bracelet seller who gives Roomie one of her items. Roomie tries to convince him to keep the bracelet and tells him that they can only truly be free when they defeat the great evil leader. After that, scenes shift to the trios. They were performing the rehearsals, and Roomie says that whatever she has been through so far, the other girls are confused and ask their friend about her behavior. She asks about the situation, but then a powerful shock wave spreads across the area. The girls decide to abandon rehearsal and leaves Bobby alone once again. The trio then heads to the roof of a subway, where they defeat hundreds of demons. They see them approaching. To protect the passengers, the three girls angrily attack the creatures, and singing her new song, she destroys dozens of enemies, weakening their power. She is successful in fighting the demon. They arrive, but it's too late. As they exit a wagon, the girls see that all the passengers are captured by the infernal monsters. A few hours later, Roomie meets Gina again, and during their conversation, she admits that since she started talking to him, her voice has returned to normal. The two then begin singing together, and at the end of the song, Gina realizes that he can no longer hear Gemma's voice in his head. Young Damon convinces himself that he must help Roomie. He promises to help his group in their next battle. He sabotages the performance so Roomie can take the spotlight. But at that very moment, Gina is suddenly pulled into the Infernal Lord's domain. Then Gina asked her, after reminding his past to him, what he was up to. Gina starts convincing his lord that it was all part of his plan just to build Roomie trust. Then Gemma reminds him of his promise. The next day, the girls are having a conversation with each other. They reconcile and decide to perform a different song at their upcoming concert. The stadium is once again filled with millions of fans, and the presenter begins the show with great enthusiasm. As she heads to the dressing room, she meets Gina and her group as they head to the stage. The host excitedly announces that the Saja boys' performance is about to begin. But at that very moment, all the lights suddenly go out. Bobby runs up to the girls and tells them that their rivals have gotten into a fight backstage. Hearing this, a wave of hope runs through the girls again, and they quickly move towards the stage where they start their amazing show. She does, and her performance electrifies the entire crowd, making the entire stadium resonate with excitement. During the song, Zoe and Mira saw that their agent was trapped by demons. They both ran to save their agent when they got to know the demon was pretending to be an agent. Then they run back to the stage. On the other hand, while Roomie performs the solo performance, then two demons in Mira and Zoe body, they join Roomie and start pushing Roomie. While pushing, they tear Roomie golden costume. Her mysterious marks are revealed to everyone. The audience is stunned by this sight. Roomie is terrified, embarrassed and afraid. She breaks down in tears. In that moment of emotional chaos, all the stadium spotlights explode, plunging the entire venue into darkness. Roomie runs into her friends, but they hesitate to approach. Roomie, heartbroken by everything, runs away. She leaves. Outside, she meets Gina, who angrily asks her why she did all this. Gina replies coldly. He tells her that everything he said so far has been a lie, and now Roomie just has to accept him for who he is. Nothing can change. After the argument, Gina leaves, blaming herself for everything that's happening. Roomie is devastated. As she walks away, a dark crack leaves behind her steps. Joey and Mira realize that Harmoon is on the verge of complete extinction. This means that the world's protective barrier was going to break. The balance is about to be broken. Just then, the Saja boys appear on all the screens at the venue. Gina announces their performance, a tribute to a now-defunct K-pop girl group. He invites everyone to a show at the Great Seoul Tower to join in. Before anyone knows what's happening, Bobby, Joey, and Mira start hearing strange voices in their heads. Mysterious whispers overwhelm their thoughts, and as the audience mesmerizes, they too are drawn to the venue. The show begins to escalate. Meanwhile, Gina and her group stand ready for the Great Demon Banquet to begin. They all perform their new song wearing their original demonic costumes. As the performance gets more intense, Gemma grows larger, absorbing the energy of the enchanted crowd. On stage, the group displays their demonic. He levitates with powers to create a hypnotic and darkly magical spectacle. But just when it seemed that it's all over, then Roomie suddenly appears. With the power of her voice, she interrupts the performance. Gimma, believing him to be the victor, laughs and says there is nothing left to change. But his taunts and provocations, despite this, Roomie refuses to give up. She continues to sing with full courage. Her voice pierces through the black magic. She moves forward, reaches Zoe and Mira, and frees them from the hypnosis they were trapped in. As soon as they break up, the girls reunite with Roomie and the Hunters group begin singing together again. Their unified melody creates a tremendous surge of energy surges. In a panic, the Infernal Lord summons thousands of demonic creatures to destroy them. But this magical warriors are now edgy. They confidently wield their weapons without fear. They cut through the horde of monsters with ease. Their cries echo throughout the train and Harmoon reappears. This time, he glows with golden light, filled with even more powerful energy. Of the group of hunters embraces each other. Sensing danger, Gimma absorbs the power of all the surrounding demons and unleashes a massive wave of infernal flames towards Roomie. At the same time, the Shaja boys, still under Gimma's control, attack Joey and he attacks Mira. But before the deadly flames reach Roomie, Gina steps in and throws herself in front of him. He throws her away, saving her life. He looks Roomie in the eye with a shattered but determined gaze, repenting for every sin he has committed. He apologizes. Roomie, heartbroken and crying, tells him that all she ever wanted was freedom for everyone. He responds with a smile. This freedom is now achieved, and in his final act of redemption, he gives his soul to Roomie. This sacrifice sends a powerful radiant energy coursing through Roomie's body, and she is now more determined than ever to face Gimma. She has become powerful. Furious, Roomie delivers a powerful blow that rips Gimma apart. Without hesitation, she charges straight towards the Demon Lord. Feeling the immense power her fans bestow upon her, these magical warriors unleash their full might. She attacks with great force and ultimately defeats the Demon Lord. With the end of Gimma, the hand moon is complete. The world is completely restored and its golden light shines once again. The crowd erupts in applause. The girls wake up with a deep sense of joy and relief on their faces. They are now convinced that they have made a difference in history. The biggest threat has been defeated forever, and this is where the movie ends.
For more interesting videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell icon for recent updates.